We spend our entire lives fighting for freedom. We fight for financial independence. We fight to raise our children our way, and we fight to own our own homes, our sanctuaries. But for many seniors, there comes a day when they are convinced to hand that freedom over. They are told by doctors or concerned children that moving into a nursing home is the safe choice, the responsible choice. We are shown glossy brochures with smiling residents, sunny dining rooms, and promises of 24-hour care. But if you sit down and speak with the residents of these facilities, really speak with them when the nurses aren't listening, you will hear a different story. It is not a story of safety, it is a story of regret. Today, we are discussing the hard truths about why most seniors deeply regret leaving their homes, and why this decision often accelerates aging instead of slowing it down. The first, and perhaps the most crushing regret, is the immediate death of autonomy. When you live in your own home, you are the master of your time. You are the captain of your ship. If you want to sleep until 9 a.m., you sleep. If you want to sit by the window with your coffee and watch the birds for 2 hours, you do it. If you are not hungry at noon, you do not eat. In a nursing home, you do not live. You are processed. You wake up on their schedule. You eat what is on the tray at the time they decide. You bathe when the staff is available, not when you feel like it. This might sound like a minor inconvenience to a younger person, but to the human spirit, it is devastating. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When you stop making decisions for yourself, your brain stops firing the neurons responsible for problem solving. You literally lose your sharp edge. You lose your sense of self because the environment demands nothing from you but obedience. You cease to be an individual with a history and preferences. You become a room number with a chart. The second regret is the paradox of crowded loneliness. The brochures will tell you that you will be surrounded by a community. They sell you on the idea that you will never be lonely again because neighbors are just down the hall. But ask anyone living there, and they will tell you the truth. You have never been more alone than when you are surrounded by strangers. Being physically near people is not the same as having a connection. In a facility, you are often surrounded by others who are struggling with their own severe decline. Hearing loss, memory issues, or illness, meaningful conversation becomes difficult. Furthermore, the staff turnover in these places is often high. Just as you get used to a nurse or a caregiver, they leave and a stranger takes their place. You lose the intimacy of your old life, the shopkeeper who knew your name, the neighbor who waved every morning, the postman who knew your routine. You trade the comfortable silence of your own home for the sterile, constant noise of an institution. You become a face in a crowd, physically present but socially invisible. The third regret is the loss of privacy and the feeling of being a guest in your own life. In your own home, you can lock the bathroom door. You can have a private conversation. You can have clutter on the table if you want it there. It is your territory. In a facility, that privacy evaporates. Staff members knock and enter. They check on you. They organize your things. There is a subtle, constant pressure to behave and follow the rules. You never truly relax because you are no longer on your own soil. This creates a low-level chronic stress that wears down the nervous system over time. You are always on view, and that is exhausting. The fourth regret is the financial heartbreak and the destruction of your legacy. This is the regret that keeps many seniors awake at night. You worked for 40 or 50 years. You saved. You sacrificed luxuries. You hoped to leave something behind for your children or grandchildren, a nest egg to help them in a difficult world. But the cost of modern care is astronomical. You watch your life savings drain away, month after month, to pay for a room you do not even like. This creates a profound sense of guilt. Instead of enjoying your final years, you spend them worrying about money, feeling like a burden, and watching your family's inheritance evaporate into the hands of a corporation. It turns your final years into a mathematical countdown of how long the money will last, rather than how much life is left to live. And finally, the fifth regret, the accelerated aging effect. There is a biological principle called use it or lose it. Your home keeps you young because it challenges you. You have to walk to the kitchen. You have to water the plants. You have to dust the shelves and open the jars. In a nursing home, almost everything is done for you. And while this sounds like luxury, it is actually a trap. When you stop doing these small daily movements, your muscles atrophy. Your balance fails because you are walking on flat, sterile floors instead of navigating your garden path. The moment you surrender your daily tasks, the body gets the signal that the struggle is over. It gets the signal that it is time to shut down. We see it time and time again. A senior moves in walking strong, and within 6 months, they are in a wheelchair. Not because of a new disease, but because of disuse. There are times, of course, when medical complexity makes a facility necessary, but we must stop confusing care with confinement. Your home is your history. It is your memories. It is your independence. And as long as you can safely stay there, by modifying your house, installing grab bars, or hiring part-time help for the heavy lifting, you hold on to something money cannot buy: your dignity. If you are considering this move, or if you are a child pushing your parent to move, think twice. Safety is important, but a life without freedom is a heavy price to pay. Fight for your territory. Stay active. Stay independent, and hold on to your keys as long as you possibly can. Because the most comfortable place to age is not in a facility. It is in the sanctuary you built for yourself.